will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On second down, Trubisky. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They go play action with Trubisky. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. And this is incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
Second down, Prescott. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyrone Crawford able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he will return this this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. They'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go, 46. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go, 46. 26.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Trubisky with the give to Howard. And some room to work. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bears are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here you go. Here you go, 46. Here you go, 46. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll give to Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 46. Gun. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He may try and run for this. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 19. Prescott now. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. 5. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Parkey with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds Hearns left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Done. Here we go, 46. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Switch and 8. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott from the gun. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They go play action here on first down. An incomplete, an excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A second down throw for Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here you go. Here you go, 46, 46. Switch and 8. 26.
Prescott yet again. Flush to his right. Stays on his feet. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Well, there's a bunch of pressure that time on 3rd down. They nearly got it. Probably should have gotten it, but he's able to escape the pocket. But unfortunately, by then, that play had already broken down.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will extend their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Final play of the half, Prescott. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 37. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hey, 18.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go counter with Howard. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
He'll get it up the middle. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really bend.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Here's Prescott. And Beasley with it over the middle. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Gun.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. He got 29 yards that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fight.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Aaron Lynch able to drop him for a loss of 4. On second down, Elliott. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
Here you go. 46. Gun. Here we go, 46.
3rd and long for Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys cut into that lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll buy some time right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. David Irving in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Set up. 180.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to fire. He's got him in. Complete. Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. Well, he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people. People miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cowboys' offense heads back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Prescott. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Go, get out there. Good. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Good. 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Get out. Done. Here we go, 46. 26.
They're going to try and throw. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They go play action. Trubisky. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Taco Charlton in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Trubisky now off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Second down, Prescott. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
46. Gun. 46.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas 1st down. 1st down, Prescott. Flushed out right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. 30. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Parkey with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
But that's caught at the 25. A big play here for Dallas. 53 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. He goes full extension, and he's got it. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys claw one back.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Reds up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Lock in, lock in. 4 down. Reds up. Check nine.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's going to be intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, 52 yards. And the Bears continue to pour it on. Parkey adds the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Here's Thompson on the return. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
46.
A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Good. Go 46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, get out. Switch is 8. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 26.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, Prescott stripped. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconnect.
man. Sounds like I see it in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battle. LAD logo the tag. I go.